You can see everything on screen, correct? Alright, I hope to God you're ready for this, Baracuda. Because, oh boy. Alright, so got the music playing. We're just chilling for a second. And it's royalty free music, so we're getting everything going. Oh. Just took a sip of my drink. That's not getting any better. The first sip's never getting any better. Just YouTube. Alright, we are live. Now I'm just gonna go to my channel, get the link. Cause, oh boy. Just gotta make sure that the stream is muted. Alright. So we got the link, tweeting it out. Gonna post it in Nick's server. Gonna post it around. So what do you think of the thumbnail for the stream?
It's great.
Oh god, Twitter. What's... Oh, my mouse is fucking up. It's like fading in and out. It knows what we're about to do and it's saying no.
Hey, can you send me your channel link?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm tweeting it out right now. And I gotta put this out there. This is strictly a satirical stream. This credit goes all to Russell Greer. I don't want any credit because this man is batshit insane. So we're just gonna sit here and laugh at him as we read this book.
Sounds great.
Which falls right under fair use. So, Russell, I got a friend who will gladly talk to you if you try to do anything. There we go. There's the link to you, sir.
Thank you.
I might, or I'm also gonna send it to my friend Para. So, do you want to read this so far, or do you want to go straight into the book?
That's up to you.
It's entirely up to you. You're the guest of the show.
It's kind of hard to read for me, so...
Okay, hold on. I think I might be able to fix things. Let's see, can I zoom in? Page... Oof. Okay, so let's see, can't do anything regarding that. I don't see a button to zoom in either. What the fuck is up with my mouse? It's like my mouse knows. No, don't do it.
If you can't zoom in, try using Control-Shift+.
Control-Shift+. There we go. That works. Oh no, I didn't mean to zoom in that far. Is that better?
Yep.
Alright. So, animated introduction. A little animation to set this story up. Just to be clear, the story isn't about the guy who grabbed Taylor Swift's butt and sued her. No, the story is about a young man with a disability and a celebrity crush. Your turn, sir. This bit right here.
For years, Russell Greer saw Taylor Swift interact with fans who reached out to her. Russell relied on these stunts and invitations to... I can't read.
As a invitation, let me zoom in more. Yeah, the wording is pretty damn small. I could read this part for you. Russell relied on these stunts as an invitation, a representation, and believed that if he stood out from everybody else and did something elaborate, that Taylor Swift would notice him and make his wildest dreams come true.
Russell imagined everything working out perfectly.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Okay. But bad agents, slander, and misunderstandings stopped these dreams from coming true.
Good intentions turned Russell's celebrity crush against him. Taylor Swift stabbed Russell in the heart, and she hurt him more than she could ever know. Or maybe she did know that she was hurting Russell. And she kicked him off the cloud 9 that he rode upon.
All that Russell had ever worked for was falling apart. He soon, I can't read that.
Lied in the wreckage of his broken dreams. And now our story begins.
Yeah, Discord's quality isn't super well.
Yeah, it isn't. Sorry. So, I think I can unzoom a little bit. Because you can read the words fine, right? I mean, it's big enough. Okay, I'll read this. The prologue. So there I lied, amidst the wreckage of my Cloud 9. Metaphoric glass covered me in the flames fanned by the news media and the internet trolls surrounded me. After 2 years of giving all of my heart and all of my talent to impress Taylor Swift to have her help me, a disabled songwriter in some way, I had been shafted by her agents and her. Phrasing, Russell. Phrasing. I had been left high and dry. All of my good intentions and efforts had been spat upon by them. It was like the whole thing was a reenactment from the music video for her song, Bad Blood. Instead of her crashing through the window, though, the punctuation's terrible, as you can already tell.
The punctuation is as special as he is.
Though, it was me who was falling backwards through the glass. The Cloud 9 that I rode upon, sputtering out of my control. Falling several stories down in slow motion, not believing what had happened. As my body was smashed and strewn across a car, so to speak, the shock set in. In my mind's eye, I could see her and her agents and her family laughing at me, like wild hyenas as they sipped wine in fancy wine glasses, toasting to my defeat and my misery. And I could see them all slowly turn away. Taylor Swift gave me a wicked smile with one side of her mouth, and then she turned away, leaving me surrounded by the flames. After weeks of slowly recovering from the aftermath of it all, the news refusing my requests to cover the truth of what I went through, they blasted false stories of me all over the internet, though, and the trolls dragging my name through the mud. I decided to write this book to explain my side of things, and to try seeking justice for myself, and to reveal events that the news wouldn't cover, and that the police refused to pursue. Oh boy! Oh, this is gonna be. I'm glad I got my drink right here. I'm gonna need it. I tried. Oh, I inhaled that. Holy shit, that hurt.
Yeah. Dying probably isn't good for the stream.
Oh no. So where was I? Oh. Refused to pursue. Okay. Some of those events were the many people who tried taking my life, the death threats against my family, the girl committing suicide, the online bullying and stacking against me, Taylor Swift slandering my intentions. You can't slander intentions, by the way. I don't know if you know this.
No.
And how Taylor's record label tried hiding this event. This book is an attempt to clear my name and to show I'm not crazy or frivolous or litigious, but to show I'm a human being who stands on principle. This book gives an in-depth look into what really happened, and also shows how Taylor Swift and her agents had duties to not shaft me. Russell, again, phrasing. Unless you like taking it up the poop chute.
He probably does, to be honest.
This book shows the plight of the disabled who struggle to get into the entertainment industry. It also shows how elitism in Hollywood is implicit discrimination. That sentence right there. Holy shit. It also shows how elitism in Hollywood is implicit discrimination. It would say implicit in discrimination. You kind of need an in between implicit and discrimination. Most importantly, it encourages those who have a Taylor Swift in their life to not back down. It encourages those who have been wronged to not give up, but to fight back, to scream and shout, to get on tabletops and yell from the top of your lungs, to bring attention to your situation, and if need be, God, Russell, already, your punctuation, man, and your spelling, set the situation on fire so others can see the injustice. Okay, so that's the prologue. How do you feel already about this? And I gotta send this to my friends so they can watch this. Oh man. But yeah, when I took a sip of my drink, I was breathing in, so it went right down like I inhaled it. Oh, that hurt.
Good job. Anyway.
Chapter 1? Sorry, I keep talking over you.
The duty of being in the spotlight. If I told you that Taylor Swift destroyed my life, even though her and I never physically met, would you burst into hysterical laughter and write me off as crazy? Well, obviously. What if I told you that I gave all my money and heart to Taylor Swift because I realized on her representation, which she gave through her words and her actions, only to be left broke and broken-hearted? Would you shake your head and throw this book away, not wanting to read the fanatical writings of a raving lunatic? Both rhetorical questions aren't as bizarre as they seem. Those questions also establish the thesis and the backbone for this entire story. Celebrities, upon certain circumstances, in certain situations, are responsible for any misrepresentations that they give to their fans or people wanting to work with them. Celebrities owe a duty to those people. Further, no contract is required to establish this duty, given the power of influence that the celebrities have. Oh, am I reading the whole chapter?
No. Where did you leave off?
Right after.
Okay. And then, so, arrival in France following the crossing of the English Channel. Photo. Photo credit. David Blackwell via Visual Hunt. And I could actually click these links.
Wait a minute, he published links?
In a book. Yes, he did. He published links in a book.
Fucking dumbass.
Yep. Blasphemy, I know. Your face may look just like the swimmer's after reading the above paragraph. But for that swimmer... but for this story to make any sense... I'm sorry, I almost reread the same sentence. Holy shit. This is going to be one of those days. For the story to make any sense, I had to dedicate an entire chapter to define duties that Taylor and other celebrities need to abide by, or they could find themselves in hot water. So before you condemn me and set the dogs on me, hear me out. For me to explain myself clearly, I would like to present my arguments in two different sections. 1A, layman's context, non-legal context. No shit. Layman means non-legal. To establish a basic understanding of a duty and legal ramifications context. Except you're wrong about the legal ramifications. Every time I see legal, I'm gonna drink. To establish how a celebrity should and could be found liable in the court of law.
The layman's context for celebrity duty. Let's start with defining what a duty is in the normal sense of the word. Webster's dictionary defines a duty as obligatory task, conduct, service of or functions that arise from one's position as in life or in a group. These duties can be as simple as driving a car and having the duty to observe traffic laws. Other duties became more complex, with professionals having to abide by a set of standards of care. Blacklaw's dictionary puts it more simply. Wherever there exists a right in any person, there also rests a corresponding duty upon some other person or upon all persons generally. The key word in these two definitions are... Come on, Discord.
Oh boy. Now that we have a general understanding of what a duty is, the question still stands: do celebrities owe any duties at all to their fans? Based upon these two dictionary definitions, yes, celebrities, given the positions that they are in with the rights that they hold, owe a duty to their fans for any misrepresentation, false statement, or false action that they make. Kind of like what Uncle Ben said in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility. Some heads might be exploding right about now, but stay with me because it's true. Celebrities, given their DNA chemistry build-up of being humans, and their being public figures, enjoy two rights: the right to privacy and the right to publicity. I did not expect... my god, my head. Anyways, it's your turn if we're doing paragraph by paragraph. You're at as stated above.
As stated above, I can't read a single word because Discord is being shit.
Okay, I guess I could read it until Discord fixes its shit. As stated above, since celebrities breathe, bleed, belch, and get bored, like the rest of us do, because they are only human too, believe it or not. Oh boy. They enjoy their rights to privacy just like us, average Joes and Janes do. No shit, they enjoy the right to privacy.
Mm-hmm.
It's called... Everyone has the right to privacy. Doesn't matter if they're... Can I strangle him yet?
Sure, go for it.
Anyways. Celebrities deserve to have private dinners and conversations with their loved ones. Celebrities deserve to sleep and live comfortably in their lavish homes and not have to worry about trespassers. Celebrities deserve the right to stroll around downtown and enjoy the night out without being stalked by paparazzi and obsessive fans. Russ. Which one of these applies to you, sir?
All zero of the above.
Well, he's not paparazzi, but he is the obsessive fan. I mean, he did try suing Taylor Swift for $50 million.
Yeah.
Anyways, these superstars and international idols deserve every right that any other human being on this planet deserves. A little peace and quiet, if they so desire. Is Discord working for you again?
I'll just read off stream. And since the celebrities, they also enjoy the right to publicity, the right to choose which products can use their images and likeness. Many megastars enjoy the right to be able to trademark their names to be used on.
Hit next page. Holy shit.
Fragrances, jewelry, and other products, for example, in intellectual property law, a person is able to trademark his or her name when it establishes a secondary meaning, which means that the name has become well known and familiar with the populace. Taylor Swift is obviously a household name. At the time of this writing, a search was conducted on the United States Trademark Search website, and Taylor Swift has been trademarked at least 62 different trademarks that bear her name or initials. Obviously, Mrs. Swift knows that there is power in her name, but I'll save the legal mumbo-jumbo for the legal section of my arguments. Needless to say, celebrities know that they've got the power. I use that song quote in my best Penny Ford cover voice. Except my voice doesn't go that high. I sound more like a dying cat than doing a cover something. As a side note, you'll see them. I throw in a lot of tongue-to-cheek pop reference jokes in this book. I also throw a lot of side notes, just as a side note.
Oh boy. So, said, song, but holy shit. So, you know that song? I got the power!
Yes, everyone knows it.
That's what he's talking about.
I know.
And he has a terrible habit of explaining his jokes and shit.
I can
Which
see that.
it only gets worse from here on out.
Oh, great.
Believe it or not, it's not all fluff that celebrities possess some extraordinary power to sway people. They know that they possess this power. Why do you think pop singer Katy Perry actively campaigned with Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton during the 26 presidential elections? Perhaps Katy is a political junkie? Maybe Katy was concerned about the possible direction of the country. So why didn't she do this as a private citizen? Why did she have to perform on the campaign trail? Because Katy knew that with her popularity and level of name recognition, that she could garner more votes. Not just Katy, but many other celebrities turned out to support Hillary Clinton. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Demi Lovato. There's even a non-profit political group that uses celebrity spokespeople to help persuade young people to vote. Rock the vote. Does Russell know that when these people do this...
I'm already saying no, he doesn't.
So, it's not that they know they have power. They're trying to cash in because they want more notoriety for trying to support someone that is possibly going to be the next president of the United States. So if they stand by and support that person, they're going to get more notoriety from the people who vote for her as well. It goes both ways. I hope you know. But, yeah. Russ. Oh!
He sure doesn't.
Oh. Oh. Already, we're only like 4 pages in, and
anyway, with the expanding use of social media and technology, celebrities are now being dubbed social media influencers. The accounts of celebrities, either ran personally by them or by an associate of theirs, are now identified with blue check marks, which signify their accounts as verified, signifying that these accounts actually belong to them. Since people, for some odd reason, like to create duplicate, fake accounts of celebrities. On Taylor Swift's social media platforms, she has 77 million followers. On her Facebook, 103 million followers. On Instagram, 25 million followers. YouTube subscribers and 85 million followers on her Twitter. Combined, that's around 290 million people. I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
Yeah, I don't... Russ, my God, man.
She's influencing, give or take the duplicate and fake accounts that follow her. One of those 292 million people is bound to be influenced in a way Taylor Swift has not meant. Ahem. Right here, yours truly.
One may think so. It's just a celebrity. Let them post and do what they want. On the contrary, Growing Pains actor Kirk Cameron once said in an interview, with the privilege of a platform comes great responsibility. Cameron went on to say that when any celebrity is in the spotlight, you're going to be held to a higher standard. And we should be held to a higher standard because we're influencing more people than others might be. Cameron went on to say that a celebrity should be careful of what they do and say. Since Cameron is indeed a celebrity and public figure, his statement validates the thesis of this chapter and entire book. Russ, that's just the opinion of one person. He feels that they should be held to a higher standard because more people have their eyes on them. He feels they should have to watch what they say and do. They don't have to. But I digress. Anyways, since Cameron is indeed a celebrity and a public figure, his statement validates the thesis of this chapter and entire book. Celebrities have a duty to be careful with their words and actions, as to not create a misrepresentation. That is the duty and the point I want you to take away from this chapter and this book. The law treats a celebrity's identity like property. And just like any other property owner, celebrities should be held liable for the misuse of their property, their image, their stunts, 4 words. Remember Uncle Ben's advice. You are not Spider-Man, Russell.
Yeah.
Neither are you
Right.
Kirk Cameron. There's really no thesis going on here whatsoever. Anyways, it is your turn, sir, with the magnitude.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
The magnitude of a celebrity representation is so strong, one could compare it to the force that the Jedi from Star Wars have.
God damn it!
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. The force can be used for either good or evil. Hey, don't do that. I see your eyes rolling. Don't believe me. Let's take a look at the various research done on the topic of celebrity influence. Technological company Ace Matrix conducted a study in 2013 and found that 45% of American adults believe that celebrities can create a large positive difference in the issues that they are promoting. In the early 2000s, Dr. Lynn McCutcheon coined the term celebrity worship disorder after studying those who appear to have a form of obsessive-compulsive disorder in regards to celebrity admiration. I wonder who that group of people could be.
Your guess is as good as mine. But if I was to wager, it might be our dashing young hero writing this book.
Yep.
In 2017, a peer-reviewed study compiled economical, psychological, and sociological research and found 14 different celebrity mechanisms that affected health behavior. Some of these mechanisms included signals, herd behavior, social networks, and other influencing mechanisms. Well, no shit. Here's the thing that you're kind of glossing over, Russ. These people spend so much time on those. Investing so much time. When you see 45% of American adults believe that celebrities can create a large positive difference in the issues that they are promoting, that's because they're heavily invested in the media that these celebrities are in. So they're going to hang on to every word that they say. Holy shit. But see, I have no illusion. I have no belief that that's the case, because I know that they're just as flawed as you or me, Baracuda. That's why I'm like, hey, I don't necessarily have to believe everything that a celebrity says. I don't have to buy something that a celebrity is promoting. It's called free will. Something that our what could I say without being truly offensive? Shit, I can't think of anything, to be honest. So I'm just gonna say it. Our Down syndrome Danny here. It's called free will. If I can resist the temptations of social media, yet still enjoy social media enough that I can find people like you to laugh at for being so invested in social media, then there's an issue.
Yep.
Because I'm not always on the internet being like, holy shit, look at what this person did. I find people like you and I just point and laugh. But, anyways. So, in 2017, a peer-reviewed study compiled I already read that? Okay. The study went on to show how easy celebrities can sway and entice the populace and their followers. So the writing is definitely on the wall with celebrity power. But heck, don't take my word for it. Hop on Google and you can find exactly what I'm talking about. Because Google is the bastion of
Yep.
And
No one lies on the internet, obviously.
Russ, um, he's about to find out very hard and very fast that people lie on the internet. In this book, you will see this. Just wait, it gets better.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's your turn, sir. Taylor Swift's misrepresentations.
Since this book is about why I sued Taylor Swift, I wanted to share a few examples of her misrepresentations so that the upcoming legal arguments of this chapter make sense. Some of her misrepresentations have been done verbally in interviews, while other misrepresentations have been made through her actions naturally or as intentionally famous celebrity. If you want to die, feel free to drink every time he says misrepresentation.
Oh, I plan on it.
Her misrepresentations are carried around the world, though the news which influences her followers and those who admire her. A few misrepresentations that directly influence me are follows. Taylor Swift accepting a wedding invitation from a random girl. Swift accepted this performed without compensation at the wedding. She even posted pictures of the event on her Instagram. This stunt influenced me to create a representation that it would be fine to send correspondence to Taylor Swift and that she would be welcoming to my efforts. In 2014, Swift accepted many different prom dates from boys who reached out to her. These boys did lousy things to reach out to Swift. But she was flattered and accepted each date. This influenced me and created a representation that if I were to reach out to her doing something unique, she would welcome it. This is not only influenced by me, it apparently influenced many other people who asked her to prom, including a boy confined in a wheelchair.
No, Russ. The thing is, so these are some like nerdy kids that people pick on and give people shit, and they reach out to someone that is very famous, and they're being tongue in cheek about it. They honestly didn't expect her to respond. They were just being like, "Hey, Taylor, you're awesome. You're cool. Would you go to my prom with me?" Because she saw these people and like, hey, they're kind of dweebish. People give them shit. And she probably thought back to something that happened to her at some point where people fucked with her. She said, yeah, I'll go with them. That is not misrepresenting shit. And she has no obligation to do something for you that she does for someone else.
The music video for Taylor's song, New Romantics, begins with a voiceover of Swift saying, "The fans are the best part of this tour." This influenced me, then I watched the video, and I felt since I was a fan of Taylor Swift, her appreciation for her fans extended outside of tours. I felt that she would be so happy and flattered to hear the story and the efforts of a disabled songwriter who toiled all away on a song meant to make her happy and a song written about her.
Why is that in all capitals? That's kind of weird, Ross.
You want to continue on?
Yeah. In 2015, Taylor's mom, Andrea, came down with cancer. For some odd reason, 2 girls in Utah made 1,989 paper cranes for Taylor and her mom. I'm still unsure what paper cranes are meant to do for a terminally ill person. I'm still unsure what said person is supposed to do with 1,989 of them. But the Swifts were overjoyed, and these 2 girls were able to meet Taylor backstage. This created representation. God damn it. So, do you remember that story? It's a famous book or short story about a person making paper cranes for a terminally ill person. Because the legend goes, if they make enough paper cranes, that the person would be cured, or they can have one wish.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that That's what that represents, and I think the thing was, because how old is Taylor? Because I think Taylor was born in '89. Yeah, she was born 1989. So these fans making 1989 paper cranes is symbolic because that's the year she was born, and because of the story of the paper cranes.
Yeah.
Two very heartfelt things. And then he said, I'm still unsure what paper cranes are meant to do for a terminally ill person. What the fuck, Russ? It doesn't matter. Oh my god. I'm slowly losing it. Anyways, this created a representation. If I did something unique for Taylor, it would be met with admiration. In 2013, a movie about Paul Potts, a winner on Britain's Got Talent, was released. Taylor Swift wrote and performed the theme song for the movie. In an exclusive interview to promote the movie, Taylor Swift stated, "The struggles and triumphs of someone who never stopped chasing what he was after really inspired me. Her statement not only influenced me, but it inspired me to give all of my heart and talent with impressing her. Her statement created a representation. Drink. That she would be open to my story of triumphs against the odds." Did you see? What?
We're getting to the fun part. You said you would drink every time he said legal.
Yeah.
Look down the page a little.
I know. By the end of tonight, I'm gonna be so fucked up.
Yep. Do you see a pattern I'm setting up here? Taylor Swift has made many misrepresentations.
This is torture now.
I thought I was going to be the one tortured.
No. You're lucky you're not drinking.
That influenced me to act, and those representations harmed me when I realized she didn't actually mean what she represented. Whether she was just reading a script for the promotion of a movie, or she felt like doing a publicity stunt for somebody who was throwing a lavish wedding, but had no intention of doing anything else with any other person who wrote to her. Whatever the reason may be, Swift has a duty not to create misrepresentation. So what's a girl to do? You may think. How can Taylor Swift not lead people on? Well, that leads us to the next section. Legal ramifications.
I feel like I'm about to throw up. I'm gonna hold off for a second. I need to drink some water. I took multiple sips of this.
Okay. Drink water every time you hear illegal.
Oh. I mean, don't get me wrong, Basil Hayden's is great, but Basil Hayden's got a kick to it. It's 80 proof bourbon, and it's got a bit of a spice to it. So...
Oh yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah. It's nice and smooth though, so drinking is not a problem. It's just like that aftertaste of the spice is the part that it's terrible. I'm sure I'll get used to it the more I drink whiskeys and bourbons, but I'm still uncultured in terms of whiskey and bourbon, so. Anyways, realizing that not all of my readers have legal education. God damn it! Like I do. So, do you know what Russ's profession is? Or, as far as his legal education goes?
I don't know. Isn't he the one who said that he doesn't need a lawyer?
Yeah, he did everything by himself. But do you know, as far as his legal knowledge goes,
How far?
he's a fucking paralegal. Yet he has the best legal education. I'll try to make this section as coherent as possible for starters. Let's establish the United States legal system. He's gonna get so many shit wrong. I mean, so much. I'm already fed up to here with Russell's shit. The legal system of the United States is referred to as a common law legal system. Well, that's right. Legal system, which means, and I gotta take another drink because goddamn it, that the courts that and the practice of law is based upon precedent. Precedent, not to be confused with the president. The more I read this book, the more I'm. Essentially means that lower courts must follow the rulings of higher courts. In the United States legal system, there are 3 levels of courts: district court, trial court, appeals court, and the high court. Each of the 50 states have their own version of the 3-court system, as does the United States federal government, with the United States Supreme Court being the highest court in the country. So as an example of an appeals court, it's actually an appellate court, not appeals court. That it's unconstitutional goes against the... I don't know about that. Because appellate court deals with a little bit of everything, like some of the shit going on with the Vic Mignogna situation could be taken to an appellate court, considering the tortious interference and all that. So, already, big glaring... Anyways, for a house to be built in the middle of a busy street intersection, the lower court must abide by that ruling, unless the lower court can show why it should disregard the appeals court's ruling. That's basically the lowdown of precedent. Not necessarily, because precedent can, so just because something sets a precedent in law, you can, if someone has a similar issue, they can go to an appellate court and try to appeal to set a new precedent. So, he's not very smart in terms of legalese.
He's not very smart in general.
But me drinking as much as I'm drinking already, I can still keep my wits about me and give you the lowdown of how an appellate court can work. Isn't that kind of scary that I can function it drunk like this?
Yeah, but let's continue reading.
Now we can continue on to celebrity. Celebrity misrepresentation. Liability. God damn it. Ugh.
You, my reader, may be thinking, there's no precedent that says Taylor Swift can't say or do what she wants. I care to disagree. Let me explain. There are two different types of precedent: mandatory and persuasive authority. With mandatory authority from the Supreme Court, direct appeals court, lower courts and agencies, etc., must follow the rulings. With persuasive authority, different appeals courts in different jurisdictions, agency rulings, and political policy settings. Lower courts aren't bound to follow, but they can choose to, if so persuaded. When it comes to persuasive authority and precedent, court likes to look for a robust consensus of said precedent. Courts want to see that there is a lot of argument towards allowing the persuasion. The majority of arguments against Taylor Swift and her liability are admittedly only persuasive authority, but there's a robust consensus with what I argue. The Federal Trade Commission is my saving grace and makes my seemingly insane comments sane. I don't think anyone can do that.
No. The Federal Trade Commission, abbreviated FTC. No shit, we know what the FTC is. It was established in 1914 by President Woodrow Wilson. The FTC's sole purpose is to protect the little guys like you and me. Since the 1930s and earlier, the FTC has been cracking down on misrepresentations. Oh, God. Just by the end of the first chapter, I'm going to be fucked up.
Don't worry, we're only doing one weekly.
Well, depending on how much we can get through, we might be able to do 2 tonight, because we are making some good time. A lot of these misrepresentations...
I know, but I kind of want to stay sane.
Fair enough. So we'll only do 1 a week. Fair enough.
Thank you.
A lot of these misrepresentations have had to do with celebrities and public figures. Ha! I'm out of Basil Hayden's now. And I don't even think I think we just hit like the halfway point for the first chapter. Misrepresenting products they advertised and endorsed. For instance, in 1978, the FTC went after 1950s singer Pat Boone after he negligently endorsed acne medicine, saying that his daughters used it, when in fact they did not use the product. So, So, you're saying the FCC is going to be your saving grace when you're correlating a guy who said his daughters use an acne cream and they didn't. Therefore, the FTC is saying you are in the right. What the actual fuck? My brain is hurting more as I read this. They did not use, when in fact they did not use the product. The FTC slammed Mr. Boone and said that he did not make a reasonable inquiry into the truthfulness of his statements or of the product that he endorsed. In April 2017, the Federal Trade Commission sent out letters to 47 different celebrities warning them about their use of social media profiles containing potentially misleading representations. No, Taylor Swift was not on the list.
Hey, don't go over the word.
But some of the celebrities included Sean Combs, Luke Bryan, Heidi Klum, and 44 other big to small name celebrities. If anything, this is the knockout punch that shows celebrities can be held liable for this. I can drink water now. Can be held liable for their misrepresentations. This FTC precedent can extend from the endorsement products to celebrities' publicity stunts. Now it's your turn. But before we get into the next paragraph...
Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. You're alright, though.
How are you feeling about this so far?
This book is cursed. It takes your brain cells away.
It takes your what away?
Your brain cells.
Yes, it does. So if only they can enforce this, what makes it so you can? Because there's no precedent that you got fucked over because you tried making something and they said we don't accept unsolicited works. Keyword unsolicited, Russell. You said you worked 2 years making the song. Well, because of the way contracts work with some of these musicians, in the fine print of their contracts, they can't use unsolicited works that people give them. That's why you have people who steal music from other artists, because it's not people trying to give them the music. It's they hear the music, they're like, hey, this is cool. And then they're like, I'm going to use this. Not the other way around, Russell.
Unfortunately, the FTC can bring lawsuits against celebrity endorsers for their misrepresentation of products under the Fair Trade Commission Act or 15 U.S. Code Weird Digit 41 through 57. As the legislation,
that's subsection 41-57.
As the legislation does not allow private causes of action, but these arguments and cases do form persuasive authority against celebrities for one to sue in regular court of law under a negligence cause of action. As was seen in a few of the FTC cases, the FTC berated the celebrity endorsers for failing to provide disclosures and disclaimers with their social media posts and the products that they advertise. A person that felt wronged and misguided by a celebrity for their misrepresentation, like Moy, could easily cite these causes and persuasive authority. While they couldn't argue on anything under the FTC laws to find the celebrity liable, they could argue that the celebrity, or in my case, Taylor Swift, failed to provide the adequate disclaimers that their publicity stunts did not create invitations to encourage others to invest time and money into impressing her, because how was I supposed to know without any warning? Blame the whole celebrity worship disorder thing, and if you're wondering, no, I did not have a shrine of Taylor Swift. I did not have a trophy room of her. No, I'm kidding.
Something tells me he's not kidding.
Yeah. No, I think he is kidding, because he said, no, I did not.
Anyways, a duty to warn, a failure to warn, however you want to word it, is indeed a cause of action that many people sue under in the courtroom for many different things. Since we are comparing a celebrity's right to publicity as a piece of property, first of all, it's not a piece of property. Russell, please help me help you. Help me help you.
I don't think helping him is possible.
Anyways, as a piece of property, one could easily cite property law. As in common knowledge, property owners can be held liable if they fail to warn potential hazards on their property. That's why many homes have different signs that say, beware of dog, 24-hour surveillance, alligators and snakes in the area, no lifeguard on duty. I don't think a house has a no lifeguard on duty sign.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't.
For the homes with pools. I owned a pool and we never had a no lifeguard on duty sign.
Yeah. I know. We have a pool too.
Russ, like I said, help me help you. What the fuck is this? How are you feeling after this so far, Mr. Baracuda?
This is something I've never felt before.
Like giddiness, or just like, I want to end it all?
It's the whole I want to end myself part.
Mine's a bit of giddiness because it goes from here to more batshit insane.
Oh, God.
The same kind of risks and harms could befall a follower of a celebrity relying on said celebrity's intellectual property. Like this book's author relied on Swift and her image. Russ, like I said, just because I see a celebrity endorsing something like Old Spice, which is a fucking deodorant, I'm most likely going to buy that deodorant because I don't want to smell like shit. So if that celebrity is also doing stuff like taking photos with fans or accepting gifts from fans, I'm not going to get it in my head, oh, they're accepting gifts from other people, I should send something to them and then expect recognition for it. Like you are. You are being an entitled piece of shit. Anyways, It's your turn, sir.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's just like that. Just under your breath, you're like, oh, fuck's sake.
As I explained earlier, there are many sociological and mental effects that celebrity influences can have on a person. So that would be another reason for a celebrity to be urged to warn of any dangers her influence and her stunts may have on a person. In their psychological and
psychiatry community.
Psychiatry community. Psychiatrists have a duty to warn the police and others if their patient is going to harm himself or others. A California Supreme Court case highlighted the importance of a duty that counselors have to protect society. With Justice Matthew O.
Toberner
writing, we can conclude that the public policy favoring protection of the confidential character of patient psychotherapist communications must yield the extent to which disclosure is essential to avert danger to others. The protective privilege ends where the public peril begins. In comparison, while Taylor Swift and the other celebrities may enjoy the right of being able to sway and create publicity stunts, that privilege must be checked with a balance of disclaimer to protect the public from potential peril stemming from celebrity influence. Said perils could include possible suicide stemming from disappointment or mass hysteria, as seen with Orrin Weddle, the War of Worlds radio broadcast. The fair Wells did not give a disclaimer at the beginning of his broadcast, but it apparently wasn't enough. Go see the video of the girl crying over Justin Bieber if you don't believe that celebrities have mental effects on the public.
I knew you were trying so hard to keep...
Yeah. It's really tough.
Do you see how insane this guy sounds?
Yeah. I'm gonna have nightmares from a book.
It's not a... So, hold on. Can we just break this down? He is saying that because she accepted gifts from other people or did something with other people, like going to a prom with a teenager of all people, Russell, you're like 28, that is akin to a therapist having to warn the cops if their patient is at risk of hurting other people. I'm trying so hard to wrap my mind around it.
Wrapping your mind around it is not possible.
How could you go from her doing this to, oh, this person's going to be depressed and they're going to kill themselves or hurt someone else? What? That is two separate issues, Russell. That does not validate what you're saying by any stretch of the imagination. And just because a girl cried about Justin Bieber falling in love with someone else, that... who the fuck cares? That is only one person out of, like, what, 8 billion people in the fucking world now? Like, you can't find someone else in your life to go on a date with, Russell? There's 8 billion fucking people. But,
Of course you can't.
I mean, you did try to sue a hooker, so I'm not surprised you can't find anyone, Russell. I'm at a loss.
Regarding what you just said, I must say, suck me my penis.
God damn it, Baracuda. Why would you do that to me? Oh, man. Anyways. So it's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon thing for the entertainment industry to have disclosures. At the end of movies that have animals doing stunts, there are usually disclaimers saying, no animals were harmed during the production of this movie. Baracuda, help, please. No shit, they have a disclaimer. No one likes animal abuse. So they're going to have trainers on hand to make sure that the safety of the animal that's in the movie is guaranteed. I'm sorry. This is getting more bitchy and insane the more I read it. It seems like it seems like you get the more tame paragraphs than I do. It's a okay, so
For that.
and those disclaimers have a PETA stamp of approval. Who the fuck cares if it has a PETA stamp of approval? PETA fucking went after a dead man not too long ago. You really expect PETA to be the bastion of human or animal rights and animal safety?
Yeah. And they have, like, the highest death count of dogs or something.
Yeah. So, who the fuck are you kidding, Russ?
Nah, PETA's the perfect example, isn't it?
Exactly. Anyways. To validate their authenticity. Anyways. This is the movie studio's way of avoiding animal cruelty lawsuits. No shit. But PETA also commits acts of animal cruelty with the dogs, having to put them down and shit. But you don't hear people going off about PETA fucking up all the time. Anyways. In other instances, disclaimers will be at the end of movies denying that the events were based on any real people or situations. Russell, most people know that a movie is a fictitious work of art. Ugh. I'm losing brain cells as I read this. And he's gathering all my chromosomes.
This book is cursed.
He's gathering all my chromosomes.
No, they're just going to the book.
No, it's going to I almost called him Grussel. God damn it.
Oh yeah, your chromosomes, they're definitely going to him.
Anyways. This is the movie. Okay, so this is commonly known as All Persons Fictitious Disclaimer, which was actually created in response to a libel lawsuit from 1932. Such a disclaimer is the production company's form of due diligence to show that they have taken all precautions possible to avoid libel. First of all, that's why you have all these movies that, like American Sniper and shit, where in the commercial for it on TV, they say it's based on a true story. Russell, what the fuck are you going on about? Like, I'm about ready to tap out. I'm hoping that this chapter's almost done. Anyways, So it's not far-fetched for celebrities to have disclaimers and disclosures with their publicity stunts. In fact, with everything explained in this chapter, Taylor Swift and other celebrities would be wise to have them in the form of not all buyers will qualify disclaimers. Oh my god, Russell. I don't know if you could tell, but I am pretty drunk right now.
Oh yeah, it's obvious. Okay. Lastly, people often scoff and argue that one, Taylor Swift, must be in a contact with another to be found liable for any damage she inflicts on another, or that damage must be direct physical damage like assault or a car wreck. Not true. The law is no stranger to harm suffered by third persons. In fact, since 1789, courts have held that those who make misrepresentations
I have no more liquor right now, so I will drink this soda.
Can be held liable for the damages inflicted on third persons, as was found illustrated in an English case of a man being found liable for caveat because his misrepresentations influenced a person he has never meant to influence. Negligent statements published and carried by the media have found misrepresentationers liable when they influence a class or group of people. Fans and followers of Taylor Swift would constitute as a group of people as she is directly influencing them. They follow Swift's words, moves, and actions. A Metallica fan would probably be a fan of Taylor Swift.
Would probably not be.
Not. Okay. Thank God.
I would hope not.
Yeah. Taylor Swift's disclosures would not need to apply to him or her. Go for it.
How is it that this man's a paralegal and I understand law so much better than him? And I'm drunk and I'm actually still I'm still combating and showing you how wrong he is. How is this possible that someone who just drank almost a full glass of Basil Hayden's, which was like that much. I don't know if you're watching the stream, Baracuda. But yeah, so compare.
Yep, I have it on the side.
Yeah, so I almost drank a full glass. That's a couple shots worth of bourbon right there that I drank. Just the constant misrepresentation. I'm gonna have a nightmare about this, Baracuda.
Me too.
Anyways, one court case that particularly reinforces this chapter was a case that came out of California in the 1960s. A woman was reading through a catalog magazine and saw a stamp of approval for a certain pair of shoes. When the lady bought the shoes, though, they were actually defective, and she fell and hurt herself. Can we?
What the fuck does this have to do with anything?
Hold on. Let's see. The court ruled that because the publisher had independently placed a sample of approval on the shoes, it showed that it had a chance to discover the truth of whether the shoes were defective or not. The court also held that because the stamp was meant to attract customers, The magazine should have known that customers would rely on representation, writing, Hearst placed itself in the position where public policy imposes upon it the duty to use ordinary care in the issuance of its seal, so that members of the consuming public who rely on its endorsement are not unreasonably exposed to the risk of harm. What harm did you suffer because Taylor Swift did not accept your song? What physical harm did you experience, Russell? You can't just cherry pick these different court cases and try to twist them to fit your delusions in this book.
He probably fucking jumped down the stairs and said it was Taylor's fault.
Oh, we're gonna be getting to the best parts where he dreams about Taylor Swift. And an owl who guides him with the voice of Morgan Freeman. I wish I was making this up, Baracuda.
Oh my god.
There's actually a dream sequence that he talks with an owl in his dream in this book, and the owl has the voice of Morgan Freeman.
No, I can't do this anymore.
You have to. You said okay to this, Baracuda. Oh my god, this... Anyways. Further, the court held that no privity of contract was required, based on the position of trust. Well, no shit, it determined that no contract was required. Because they endorsed a product that was defective and someone got hurt. They're liable for that person because they endorsed the product to get people to buy it, not knowing that it doesn't matter if they knew or not that it was defective. Why is a drunk man so much better at law than a paralegal, Baracuda?
I don't know. Also,
anyways.
on a side note,
Yes?
are we ever playing Borderlands together?
Oh yeah, we're gonna play tomorrow, most definitely.
Okay. Because I just saw a chill pop up.
Okay. Anyways, this case has been cited in many different courts in many different jurisdictions involving many different situations. Dozens, if not hundreds, of other cases have been ruled on throughout the years since this case, and they all came to the same conclusion. Persons or companies or products who give misrepresentations to third persons. I'm so glad I'm about to drink some pop. Even if they are not in a contract with those persons who are in influential positions, can be held liable for their... Baracuda?
Yeah, I see.
I'm just asking, can you take a shovel and just bash me in the face till I'm ugly? And then I can blame Russell Greer for it?
Pretty sure you can do that already.
Are you calling me ugly?
Anyway.
How could you? I thought we were friends, Baracuda.
When we're done with this, you should just search the word misrepresentation and see how many times it comes up on this site.
Okay. It's gonna be over 300, I'm guessing.
Yeah. In comparison to the Hanbury case and the other cases that followed it, Taylor Swift is in a position where public policy, society's expectations, dictates the uses careful judgment and disclaimers with her publicity. Stunts and statements, after all. What the fuck is this punctuation?
Exactly.
After all, she is, in a way, placing her stamp of approval on the publicity and social causes and the wedding crashes she partakes in. It's not like she's unaware of what she's doing. Taylor isn't clueless to the fact that she's loved and adored by millions. She knows she's sought after. The liability of her hands for any misrepresentation that she gives that leads to harm. Some say, don't sweat the small stuff. Well, when a celebrity has the power to cause a person to invest thousands of dollars into impressing him or her because of their being a celebrity, I said celebrities should definitely sweat the small stuff.
Oh man, my subscriber alert went off. God damn it, Joe. Thank you for the subscription though, my dude. Holy shit, I'm already fucked up.
I can say, at least you got one thing right.
What?
There are only two genders in this.
Oh my god. Anyways, I realized that there's much more to a lawsuit than I have explained. So this chapter was just a cursory glance at celebrity liability for their misrepresentations. I only touched the tip of the iceberg, if you will, to demonstrate how Taylor Swift could be held liable if I were to sue her again in federal court, which I almost did. But the takeaway from this chapter is, celebs, be less careless and more cautious with your publicity stunts. You have no idea how much you influence the public. But you actually did try suing her again, Russ, and you lost in federal court. We just got to read the first paragraph of the second chapter.
Okay.
The name of the chapter.
Okay. I guess I'll read the first paragraph. Chapter 2. Russell Greer. The man, the myth, the legend. Who is Russell Greer, the heavy-set jail warden for the United Country jail system? Asked aloud, studying a clipboard that contained all of my documentation. Do I need to read more?
I'll read the rest of this, because it goes up until just weeks before. Because this guy does not know how to write a fucking book.
Okay, thank you.
That man over there, an assistant jailer stated, pointing at me. The warden came over and studied me. 18 years old, dressed in orange and jail clothes, restrained in handcuffs that connected to a belly chain. Excuse me. And a newly charged inmate. You're a little young to be facing a felony, said the warden. The warden said sternly, as he studied me. What a sight I must have been to the warden, a prisoner with a facial paralysis. I could barely speak because I was so afraid. I nodded my head. He gave me a long, hard examination, and then turned away. The warden and the assistant continued talking about my alleged crime, and I say alleged because it was anything but a crime. My crime was a high school senior prank that went terribly wrong. My brain had gone on stupid mode when I did the prank that would lead to my eventual arrest. I shuddered as flashbacks of me committing the prank ran through my mind. Like a track stuck on repeat, the warden's question continued to echo inside my head, caused me to reflect on my life. Who is Russell Greer? And that's where we're gonna leave. That's where we're gonna leave it for tonight.
Well, I must say, Russell Greer is obviously the man, the myth, and the legend.
Don't forget, he had the best prostitute suck me my penis.
Indeed he did. Indeed he did.
So, Baracuda, what have we gotten ourselves into? What have we gotten ourselves into, Baracuda? Did you just up and leave me? He did! That son of a bitch! Oh man. I can't deal anymore right now. I can't. I am... Oh boy. Anyways, I'm gonna go over to Twitch and play some Dauntless. Thank you all for enjoying this little stream, and we'll see y'all later.